Meteorologist Colin Rick. He's at our TV wall right now. Colin, what are you seeing on your end?
Yeah, Willie, thanks for that. That line of storms right now, though it is not severe warned, we do have a special weather statement in effect. Main things to keep in mind right now, we're expecting those storms to move at about 50 miles an hour northeast. They'll be in our area in a little over an hour, it's looking like right now. Main concerns are going to be hail, damaging winds, and maybe even an isolated tornado. Just some key areas to point out right now. We're seeing those heavy rains making their way into the Tuttle area, the Chickasha area. Those will move northeast into the Norman, Moore, Oklahoma City area. All of our areas in Cleveland and Oklahoma County. I would not be surprised if we see those storms move into the area within the hour. And again, now is the time. We're still under that tornado watch. It's been extended actually until midnight tonight, that tornado watch. So definitely keep in mind a safe place to go. Follow OU Campus Safety. They're going to put out any alerts, and keep in mind where the nearest shelter area is to you. I know the dorms, Couch and Walker, they've got those big storm shelters. Many dorms, all the dorms on campus actually have storm shelters, and so do many other buildings on this campus. They're rated shelters, so keep those places in mind. And again, as we see those storms move in, here's that tornado watch overlaid in the yellow background. So that's everywhere up from Enid down to Ardmore and east. Muskogee, McAllister, you two are included in the warning. So essentially all of central Oklahoma as these storms move in. And if we advance, Josh, is there a way we can look at shear rate on this or zoom in on this line here? Let's take a look a little bit closer. We've got a little bit of rotation, not a whole lot, just a little bit, just west of Chickasha, and along that line it wouldn't be impossible to see a brief spin-up tornado. So just west of Tuttle, north of Anadarko, we do have a little bit of shear, and as we zoom out just a little bit, we can see that line again as it makes its way further into our area, further east into our area. So again, keep in mind there is a tornado threat. It's lower than what it was earlier, but something we're going to keep an eye on as we go into the overnight. And again, here's that line. It's moving northeast at about 50 miles an hour. I think if we time this out, can we put a timeline on this, see when exactly it'll get into Norman? Let's see, drawing that timeline there now. And again, moving northeast about 50 miles an hour. That puts it in Norman, in campus, right around, oh, you could say 8:50, 9 p.m. tonight is the target window. Other areas we're going to keep an eye on: Farewell at 8:43, Oklahoma City at around 9 o'clock, Del City around 9:10. As we go through this, that line will keep pushing east. Midwest City at about 9:15. Everywhere really between the 9 o'clock window and on is where we'll see those storms make their way into campus. And again, all threats in play. Sam Patterson, another meteorologist, is at the weather desk. He's got some more information for us. Sam, what's it looking like there?
Yes, thank you, Colin. As your largest collegiate meteorologist team in the country.
A lot of intense lightning. Colin, tell us more about what you're seeing on your end there. Colin.
Yeah, Willie, thanks for that. You know, live radar right now has lit up in the last hour just to our west. Again, that severe threat has waned in the last hour. It's not as prominent as we expected, but we still have that tornado watch in effect until midnight tonight. Along that line here, we've got right now no active warnings. We do have a special weather statement in effect, and that's basically when the National Weather Service just wants to point out some information about the storm. So along this line here, just following the I-44 corridor moving northeast, we can expect to see winds up to 50 miles an hour, just below severe limits. It's really at 58 miles an hour that we start to see those severe thunderstorm warnings be issued, and hail up to about half dollar size hail along this line. So again, we're not expecting to see that softball, baseball size hail. If we look at velocity, not a whole lot going on in terms of shear or a velocity couplet that could indicate, you know, a tornado, but we do have just a tiny bit of rotation around the Chickasha area, you know, extending along that line as it interacts with this air mass as it moves into our area. So Oklahoma City right now, Tuttle, Chickasha, you're seeing that heavy rain. Next in line will be Moore, Norman, and that'll move northeast into Shawnee. So we have, you know, this line of storms that's going to move through, again, mainly a damaging wind threat possibly. It's on the lower side though. Heavy rains, thunder, lightning. So if you're outside, keep that in mind. Adjust your plans as needed because it's not going to be pleasant being outdoors in this heavy rain. We just heard some thunder in the studio right now. We're hearing some reports of possibly some power outages over to our west, and that makes sense because we see those storms moving in, some gustier winds, and we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now in those areas. And we do have now just hearing some confirmed reports of power outages in the Norman area. So definitely those storms are coming in. They're coming in with a bit of a punch too as they're on our our doorstep, and they're going to push through in a little bit here. Here's the power outage map right now. We've got a couple outages in the Bethany area, Del City, Midwest City. Power outages just kind of scattered. So, you know, we're seeing that heavy rain, those gusty winds, a lot of lightning too with this as this moves through. So power outages are not out of the question. Let's zoom in on this warning here just south of Norman right now. We were looking at a little bit of velocity couplet on shear rate. I was a little concerned about the rotation, but it looks like it's starting to weaken just a little bit. Counties affected by this warning, this is going to be for Cleveland and McLean County, Garvin County as well, includes the city of Lexington, Lindsay, and this is going to move northeast, and it's in effect until about 10:15 p.m. And with this line, you know, we've got those strong winds, potentially some damaging hail too, possibly smaller sizes, but we're still watching that. All these impacts are leading to lots of power outage reports now coming in, about what was 18,000, I believe. 8,000 power outages in the area right now with this line of storms as it pushes in. Let's go south to the warning in Pauls Valley and Wynwood. This looks like it was just extended as well. Yes, this storm is warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds, and we have 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail on this storm as it moves in. Here's the hail right now on this cell just east of Duncan, moving northeast. This includes Pauls Valley, Wynwood, Heddleton, and again, not a whole lot of wind shear with this, so we're not super concerned about the tornado threat. Let's throw up shear rate if possible, though, and just see if anything is rotating on radar in this area. Yeah, so not a whole lot of rotation. A possibility, though, to see a quick spin up funnel cloud or maybe even a brief tornado in this area as these storms move in. Again, main concerns are going to be those 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and possibly some small hail. If we can zoom out to get an overall look across, see if any other warnings have come up. No. So as of right now, just those three warnings. In the Lindsay area, we do still have a little bit of rotation. It looks like that's starting to weaken. But that's the area right now where we have those severe warned storms. Now, if we zoom back in to campus and the OU Norman, Oklahoma City metro area, you can see those heavy rains are pushing in. OU is right here in the thick of the heavy rains. So definitely if you're outside, going to be a lot of rain. Let's pull up Campus Cam and take a look and see what it looks like outside right now. As you can see, we've got heavy rain on Campus Cam, some thunder and lightning. There's some lightning right now. Here's Gaylord Hall, the South Oval, the Physical Science Center right here. So again, messy outside. I wouldn't want to be walking outside right now if I were you, and we see that on radar here. A little bit lighter rain further to the west. That's going to push in as this heavy rain makes its way on out east. Do we have a camera, the National Weather Center camera available right now? Or if we could pull that up, see what that looks like there from the National Weather Center. If not, that's okay. But here's the heavy rain. And here's a look from the National Weather Center. Again, heavy rain. It's refreshing now. Heavy rain, blurry conditions out there. Here's the roadways are going to be very messy tonight. So definitely take those precautions if you're out on the road. Avoid the rain. Let's take it over to the weather desk. Meteorologist Sam Patterson and Carlin McCleary have more.
Yes, thank you, Colin. Carlin, if you could zoom out for us real quick, please. The storm just south of us.